assignment. I saw your assignment submission, and yeah, I was kind of impressed with what most people did so far. It was really impressive, and it shows that we are following along everything that we've learned, or everything we are presently learning on the platform. But this morning, before we proceed, or maybe we should just give people like 5 more minutes to join the class, because the class is still kind of scanty. Splendor, good morning. Hello, Splendor. Good morning. Is this Splendor? Okay, I know you are the only one with dotted names, with the dotted name. How are you? I hope you are doing all right. Hello, Splendor. I hope you're doing all right. And how was the week so far?
Okay, I've only given
All right. So how did you see the assignment? How was it? Was it difficult, or it was just straightforward?
that's why I said
You see what?
I saw it, I saw it like that, I would have finished it. So I haven't because I got hooked on something, but I was supposed to come and ask you. I didn't. That's why I said I'm feeling guilty right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. So you said you are here in class to come and ask a question, right?
Actually, I should be in the class normally now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Mhm. So let's just see how the class goes. Maybe I might just get what I'm looking for through some
You are
questions.
you are definitely going to get what you are looking for. But in case anyone did not ask the question you want to ask, you can also feel free to ask. I would though we are going to do the corrections together, but you should also feel free to ask. Maybe there is somebody like you too that is waiting, on you to ask your question. So let's just feel
Yeah.
free. All right. Let's wait for more guys. When it's 10 minutes past 10, we are going to commence the class. But before we start the class, so I would like for some feedbacks. How have you seen the course so far? How have you seen the content? How simple or how difficult are they to comprehend? Um, was it challenging? Has it been challenging so far, or it has just been straightforward? It has been broken down to pieces. You understand it, and it has not been giving you too much of a tough time. So I would need a feedback from everyone. I don't want to call names, but anyone can just share their opinions on their experience so far about the course, and also the reception too. Have we been accommodating enough? We can't all. I don't know how to put this now, but we are all human. Yeah. So have we been accommodating enough? Have we been um I don't know how to put it now. Have we been attending to your issues the way you want? the way you want? Have we met your demand or have we met your expectations?
You're
So,
doing that,
okay.
and the courses are quite understandable. Sincerely, it's not that at least there is a purpose for our classes for clarification wherever we feel like we're so. But if it's your own part, you're doing well on courses, they are quite understandable. At least I'm updated on the last course before we move into SQL. At least I don't know, but from what we are learning or from what we are taking the courses, they are quite straight enough. It's just that practices, practice. I don't know. I will get there, I believe.
Yeah. With constant practice, you are going to get there. You are going to get there. Samuel, good morning. Hello,
Good
Samuel. Can you hear
morning.
me? Good morning.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
How have you been? How was the week?
Fine, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, and that was yours. I saw your submission too. You of all people, I was actually expecting your submission and I wasn't all disappointed. So,
Oh, awesome. 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 Thank you.
uh, you're welcome. So, how have you seen the course so far? The learning process, the content, the breakdown, and everything like that. How has it been? How has the experience been so far? Has it been up to, has it met your need to some extent? Maybe not all, but at least. Did you got clarity so far so good?
Well, yeah. I'm so far. The learning experience has been like really interesting to when it comes, But I guess still like enough, and that's probably what far the so far and what like what
Thank you.
Okay. Is that my network or Samuel's network? Because I can barely hear. I can pick up some things, but I can't pick up most. But if
Your name,
okay, it's my network.
I heard everything, and thank you, Samuel.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Samuel. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, I think it's my network. I can see now. So, okay. Um, how about Emmanuel? Good morning. Hello, Emmanuel. Good morning. Hello, Emmanuel. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure Emmanuel can hear me. Okay. 1 more minute. Oh yeah, Gift. Good morning, Gift.
Good morning, sir.
How are you? How was the week? How has everything been so far? How has the learning been so far? How is the experience? How is it going?
Yeah, it's been fine so far. I've been enjoying the lessons. Initially, it was quite easy to, apply many of the skills and the learnings, but as it got more complicated, it became quite a challenge. But constant practicing and all has helped. And the assignment particularly was some of them were a bit challenging, and I had to try and try again for me to really get, the answers. I hope I did. but I've been learning quite a lot. And of course, it has exceeded my expectations actually, because probably I didn't even have any expectation to start with. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. Thank you.
Oh, all right. All right. Thank you very much. And regarding the assignment, I don't know if you guys got it or not. We are going, that is why I said we are going to solve it together in class this morning. I am always open to learning. Some way, somehow, my student has always, whenever I think I know something, my student has always turn out to, like, bring in another method. That is why I always emphasize that there is no one way to solve a task as far as being a data analyst is concerned. And okay, for those that don't, let me do a very brief introduction about myself. My name is Oluwaseun Adeola Oluwaseun, and I'm a data analyst. I'm a facilitator, and I am currently working as a senior business intelligence analyst for a UK firm remotely. I am also working for TerraSkills Learning System, which I'm currently doing right now. I also work remotely for a Nigerian startup. What else again? What else again? And currently now I have about 2 or 3 freelances that I am doing. And I think as the journey goes on, I'm going to be sharing some of my experiences as far as being a data analyst is concerned. And everybody has their own passion. We all have what we love to do and we enjoy the most. And as we become adults, it tends to become difficult for you to work for passion. We are all just working, especially if you are in Nigeria, we are all just working for survival. We are all working and making money for survival. Like, it's not about have you eaten. It's about, are you okay? Now, nobody asks you if you have eaten anymore. People just ask you, okay, are you okay? If you said yes, then life goes on. So, but I am one of those lucky few that gets to enjoy what it does very well. And I graduated a first-class student of a mechanical engineering, power plant engineering. And I also served in Ibadan in Oyo State. But ever since, I had dropped my certificate and I have adopted tech, data analytics to be precise, for about 6 years now, 2019. And it has been one of the best experiences so far. And ever since then, I have been able to, like, share my knowledge and also impact people. I've had a lot of students passed through my classes. Some of the notable ones, the ones that I enjoy and that also stuck to me was having to, like, help I've been privileged enough to organize to train bank managers. I think a couple of bank managers in terms of data analytics, because you see, being a data analyst, it is much more than just building a very beautiful dashboard that you see on LinkedIn. All those dashboard and all those big English that you see that they qualify it. It is way beyond that. Being a data analyst has to do with you providing a solution to a problem. You find a problem, you provide a solution to it, but you provide a solution to it in your own way, in a very dynamic way, in a way that even someone that is not so technical would be able to understand quickly what you're trying to do, what you're trying to analyze. That is what it takes to be a data analyst. It is more than just building. I think if there is one problem that we are currently having in the industry right now, it's that when data analysts like yourself, data enthusiasts like starts out, everybody just wants to make these beautiful dashboards and put it out there. I just did it. I just did that. Whereas it goes way beyond that. As a matter of fact, the process at which you took the background stuffs, the data analysis, the data preprocessing, the data cleaning, the data management, the data validation, standardization are much more important than the front end, which is the dashboard. Because if you don't get every one of those stuffs well, if you don't get them correctly, your dashboard is going to be messed up. And like I said, that data is a very, very sensitive stuff. It's very, very sensitive because it has a lot to do with privacy. It has a lot to do with discipline. It has a lot to do with accuracy. It has a lot to do with conciseness. It has a lot to do with precision. You have to know what you are doing. And you have to, your analysis has to provide a solution to a particular problem that you're analyzing. And those are some of the things that I've learned over the years. And I'm still learning every blessed day. I learn every day. I learn on how to improve myself, how to even be better as a data analyst. Because as far as I understand that the end product here, we are all here to like get a skill and improve ourselves and be financially stable when the time comes. Like I said, so I think in our first class together or our second class, that some people are luckier than most. Some people are luckier than most. You might just finish your course and then you do a little brush up, build a little portfolio with some of the analysis you do and the documentation for every of your analysis. And then you can just get a free role, a freelance on LinkedIn. And I can assure you there is a lot of opportunities. I think let me say 70% of some of the freelances and the gigs and the jobs that I've taken so far for the past 6 years as an analyst, 70% or 80% of them have come from LinkedIn. It has always come from LinkedIn. It gets to a point that I stopped applying for jobs and I just get recommended for people that, okay, yeah, I know a guy, just go to his LinkedIn page. You can reach out to him and stuff. And then the clients reach out to me and then we have a conversation and then we get the job straight from there. Some people are very luckier than most. Some might just finish. I've seen people learn after 3 months, like brush up their skills for like a month, like vigorously taking on analysis and putting the records there, putting themselves out there that, okay, I just finished working on this particular project. This is what I discovered. This is what I discovered. And then present their dashboard. And after a month after they finished learning data analytics, they got a free role. They got a role, both contract or full-time. And then there are some that might just you have to just wait a little bit. But during the waiting process, you just have to keep improving yourself because once the opportunity comes, your preparation, the way you've prepared yourself, some of the challenges because I will not lie to you, I've been on a panel for an interview before, and one of the things that is going to give you an edge is how much you are able to flaunt some of the projects you've taken on, like you've done yourself. Some of the challenges you've solved, some of the analysis you solved, and the process at which you used to solve them. That is what most employers are very, very much interested in knowing. And that is what they are very interested, like not only your confidence, but your confidence while building those portfolios. For some, it might just take a year, but the personal development they've done, the personal projects they've taken on for that 1 year, when the time comes for it to click, it always seems as if it's a magic, and then the job becomes easy. And moreover, there is no company if you are taking a full-time job, there is no company that is going to employ you for full-time, or a firm or an organization that is going to employ you for your full-time without training you. They are still going to give you the on-the-job training. But your own personal, what you can do is what is going to get you their attention. It's what's going to give you their attention. So I just want to use that as an encouragement for us that this is just the beginning, because we are moving to SQL by the grace of God this new week. The week we are about to enter, we are going to move to SQL. So if you have been finding Excel kind of challenging, you have to really buckle up, because Excel is just like a preliminary. Excel is a necessary evil, is a necessary devil, is a necessary ritual that you have to do. Because, like I said, like most of the everyday problems you are going to be encountering on the job, in firms, in organizations that you are going to be working for, especially remotely, most of them are going to be solved using Excel. SQL is just going to be there for your flexing. If you really want to flex your muscle, you want to flex your prowess on things that you can do. That is what it is going to be for. And with SQL, you can also apply for jobs that has to do with data science and database management. So that is why we have also included SQL in this course, like comprehensive explanations of some of the things that you need to know using SQL database for data analytics. Because ordinarily, with just SQL and Microsoft Power BI, you are good to go. I got my first job with just data, Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Power BI, and a little bit of Microsoft Access, which was the kind of database that the company was using back then before they migrated to SQL now. So that is just the little encouragement I have for every one of us right now. Like I said also, that it's going to be very, very it's going to be better if you join the class or if you access the course, the platform, using your PC. You are going to get all the full experience and the full features and the full previews too. So please, I want us to take note of that. So I think the class is a bit full now. So, and I want us to go to our assignments. Can you guys see my screen, please? You can see the data set for our assignment. Hello? Can you guys see my screen? I just need one person to tell me that they can see my screen. So if this link, okay, yeah, thank you. If this link expires in the next 10 minutes, please, let's just do the same thing we did last week. Let's just click on the link again immediately. So sorry guys, 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. Sorry for that short break. So this is our this is the data set that we are going to be working with, and this is can anyone tell me what can you say about this data set? If you look at the data set like this, if you look at this data set, what can you say about it? I want somebody to tell me, like, I just want you to say something about this data set, because as a data analyst, whenever a client sends you a data like this, whenever a client sends you a data like this, the first thing that should come to your mind is to know what kind of data you are working with. So I want somebody to give me an insight into what this data set is all about, which company or which organization or which firm or which industry would you say this kind of data set belongs to? Anyone, please.
Please, I don't know on the transport, head column. I'm seeing airplane on number 14 when there should be truck number.
Okay. I want you to just talk about this data set. That is what I want you to do. Like, what do you think this data set is meant for? Which company? What do they do in the company? Come on.
Hello,
Okay, someone's.
Okay. Samuel, I can hear you.
Oh, somebody wants to say something. I think let me just let him.
I want to say something. I think the data set is for a distribution company.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think the distribution company does?
They deliver products like TV, washing machine, refrigerator, and the rest to different destinations, to different countries.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is valid, but you are there is this particular word that I'm expecting for you to say. Like this, if you see this kind of data set, you can say, oh, I think this company is this is what they do. So there is a particular name that is attached to them.
Electronic company.
You said what?
Electronic company.
A what?
Logistics.
A logistic company. This is a logistic company, and they are based in the United States. Because if you look at every one of these destinations, they are states in the United States, and they are logistic companies that helps to like transport. They helps to transport electronics, because if you look at this item column also, you see that most of it are electronics, home appliances, electronics or home appliances. Whenever you look at a data set, you should know what the data set is all about. You should be able to say one or two things about the company through the data set. You should be able to say one or two things about your client through your data set, through checking your first column. Okay, yeah, the first column is order. That means this company has to do with orders. They take orders. Okay, this is the date for each order. This is a driver's name. The moment you see a driver's name, then you should be having an idea or a sense that this is a logistic company. Then you see items. Yes, these are home appliances. Okay, and then the number of items, that is the number of each of these items they were delivered, and also the mode of transportation or the mode of delivery of these items. And also, you now see the destination that each one of these deliveries go to. They go to Boston, they go to New York, they go to Philadelphia, they go to Baltimore. They also go to Pittsburgh. So those are some of the things that you need to always learn about in the data set. These are the things that you need to learn about in the data set. Now that you have gotten yourself acquainted to the data set, for me, if I am attempting something like this, the first thing I will do is what I've just done right now. I will study the data set. I will know what it's about. Then the next thing is for me to convert it to table, because at some point I would want to like do some automation. I can't be doing some things one by one, except otherwise it demands so. But if I am computing for a lot of information, I'll convert my data set to table. And how can I do that? I'll just select one cell in the data set and I'll click on my Control A, then my Control T. Then yes, my table has it as, then I can rename my table. I can rename it something like a date, or yeah, let me just call it data set. I can call it data sets. And I am always consistent with my analysis and my mode of analysis, so that I can at least predict my own end result. Now, this is what this assignment is all about. I found out that most students always have issues with some ifs, as a matter of fact, the logical functions, which is basically dominated by average ifs, sum ifs, count ifs, and the ifs function itself. That is why I have dedicated this particular task to those logical functions. And the first question that we are going to be dealing with here is that, first of all, as an analyst, before you jump to the task, you need to understand what the question is all about. Interpret the question to yourself. You have to interpret the question to yourself. You will understand it. If not, it's going to be very difficult, or it might prove challenging for you to do. So the first thing that is being asked of us is that, okay, you should either use COUNTIF or COUNTIFs to find out the number of orders that was made in Boston. Use COUNTIF or COUNTIFs. Find out the number of orders that was made in Boston. So is there anyone that can do this for us? Anyone? Is there anyone that can volunteer to do this for us? The best way you understand it. Anyone?
I think like we have to just filter the country. I said the state first. That's Boston.
Okay.
This and we'll unselect all.
Okay.
Tap on Boston. Then to show us the number of. Maybe there will not be Boston.
When you
What's
did
number
yours,
of
did you use COUNTIF or COUNTIFs?
count if?
Okay, so let's just say equals COUNTIF. So what's going to be your range?
Data set.
Data
Seven.
set.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
I opened another bracket.
Okay, I'll open. What kind of brackets?
Square bracket.
A square brackets. Well done. And do you know the function